Right, so let's get to the opening. We are covering the opening of your workshop first before we get to the preparation. Normally, we talk about the preparation first, but I feel that the opening requires some special attention. So the opening will solidify your first impression. So what the truth is, as soon as you walk into the room, as soon as you walk into your workshop space, people have already formed a sort of impression of you. They've already made perhaps you can call it a snap judgment. Right? If you walk in, people already make a snap judgment about what you are like, right? Who you are and things like that. But when you literally open your mouth during the opening, it solidifies that impression, right? And if it's not the impression, most people will tell you afterwards that, oh, you when you started, you are not who I thought you were. Things like that. So the opening is important because it creates the first impression that you want them to have. Right? So it's important to nail down and it's important to get correct. So in your opening, you have to answer 3 questions, which I will get to in a little while. And if you practice nothing else, so throughout this entire workshop, if you practice nothing else in this workshop, please practice the opening. The reason for this is think about it as going to the gym, right? So not all of us may go to the gym, some of us do. But the thing is, you'll notice that as soon as you leave your house and step out of the house with your gym gear and everything, you will go to the gym. Right? The hardest part about going to the gym is leaving your house, right? So that's the inertia you have to overcome. Inside your presentation or your workshop, the hardest part is that part just before the delivery of the workshop. If you can just get past that part, the rest of it is a lot easier. Right? So think of the opening as that moment where you open the door of your house and walk out of the house and start your journey to the gym, right? So it's a lot of inertia to even get out of the house, but once you do it, everything else is much, much simpler. Right? So you practice this because firstly, you want to build rapport with your students, your learners. And if you start off well and you do your opening well, you will feel very much better about yourself, right? You will feel good, you'll feel confident, you will feel like you're relieved, right? I've already started and all I need to do now is to just continue. And the converse is true, because if you don't start well, you start poorly, you tend to second guess yourself. And even today, after 15 years of training, after 15 years of teaching, if I start a session poorly, throughout that session, my mind keeps going back to the opening. Like, maybe I should have done it better. Maybe if I could have said something else. Maybe I could have handled the situation a little bit differently. So 15 years later, I'm still affected by the opening of my workshops, right? So if you've not conducted workshops before as such, I can tell you beforehand that it will affect you, and it will affect you for the good or for the worse, for better or for worse. So you might as well have it affect you for the better, right? So practice your opening. Now, your opening is for a particular person. If you've gone to question 2, right, the words and phrases to describe the person that who has asked you to explain that thing to them, the person who asked for your expertise, basically. So if you were to tell me that, oh, this person is a student, or this person is a young man, or a middle-aged person, this person has started work, has been working for a while, your opening is basically for this person. Because the fact that a lot of these kinds of people have asked you for your expertise, it shows that your expertise is in demand by people in that demographic or in that group. So you need to figure out what exactly it is that impresses them, what impresses them, and you've got to show them that. So for example, if the person that you're opening for is a young adult, let's say the person in the picture, as you can see in the slide, let's say the person you're opening for is a young adult, maybe 21 years old, just finished university, what would impress them? Right? You got to think about that. So depending on what you're presenting, there's something in that thing you're presenting that would impress them. If you're talking about finance, perhaps something that might impress them would be, oh, your successes in the finance industry, right? Or you might be able to share with them your experiences in finding your first job, how did you get your first job? Maybe that's something that might impress them. Impress not in a sense that they are, they are in awe of you. Like, wow, this person is so impressive. No, so it's not impressive in that sense, but what leaves an impression, something that they'll remember.